What is up, everyone? This is Bloody Bananas. Welcome to part 2 of our video, our team showcase, including SLOWBRO, Obstagoon, and Gengar. The team that took us all the way to rank 43 on the leaderboard. And without further ado, let's just dive right into the battles. In our battles, you guys are going to see a lot of times where we lose leads very hard. But we are still able to come back from a very bad situation with this team. We're gonna go into deep commentary of every battle. I hope you guys will enjoy the battles. Without further ado, let's get into them. So the first battle, we have Obstagoon versus Bronzong. Very good lead. This is a very good lead. My opponent swaps out. They actually go into Umbreon, so this is a little unfortunate. That Obstagoon pretty much counters both of the Umbreon and the Bronzong. That was an XL Bronzong as well, I believe. Obviously, we're going to stay in here because our backline is very weak to Umbreon. We go for the Hyper Beam right away. It's the most energy efficient move, I believe. We should be able to tank another last resort here, and we should be able to farm down this Umbreon with no problem. We have some energy stored as well. I believe we swap out right away to draw out the Bronzong and see what they have in the back. They end up having a fighter, so this is pretty much game over. There's nothing my opponent can really do here. My Gengar is actually able to put out a lot of pressure here. We force a shield, which is great. We're going to chip down this Bronzong here with our Shadow Punch. We still have a Night Slash stored. So if we get this Bronzong low enough, we could just go for the Night Slash right away. And with 2 shields, even with 0 shields, we could still beat the Machamp with our SLOWBRO, right? So this is pretty much game over at this point. Bronzong is actually able to tank a Night Slash there. They KO our Obstagoon, but we show our SLOWBRO and my opponent leaves the match. So good game, well played to my opponent, but there wasn't much that they could do. Now we have Obstagoon against Heracross. Very bad lead, right? But this is fine. We go into our Gengar right away, and they come with the Muk. So very hard counter. This is straight up 2 hard counters so far. Very bad for us. We're gonna go for the Sludge Bomb. Luckily that was a CMP tie, so they're not gonna get much more energy. Yep, they don't overfarm. And now we go into our Obstagoon. We're going to try to farm up as much as we can. We're going to keep counting. This is 4 Snarls, 5 Snarls. We know this is a Sludge Bomb. And then we're going to keep counting again. We're only going to throw if they're close to another one. Sludge Bomb, Sludge Bomb. Okay, now they have Sludge Bomb. So we have to throw a move here. Otherwise the Sludge Bomb will KO, right? So we have to throw the Night Slash here. Unfortunately, we weren't able to farm all the way down. So now we're going to our SLOWBRO. Turned out they had a Magnezone. So these sort of games happens, right? In these type of games, there's nothing you can do. You get rock, paper, scissors. This is 3 hard counters for my team. Probably 3 of the hardest counters to each of the Pokemon. There's nothing this Obstagoon can do against the Heracross. Nothing this Gengar can do against Alolan Muk, and nothing we can do as the SLOWBRO versus the Magnezone. So this is a good game. And why did I showcase this game? Because a lot of times you have to understand that you're not going to win every single game. Sometimes you're just going to get hard countered, right? Don't let it get into your head. And we're just going to have to look for how we're gonna win the next match, because you're not gonna get hard countered every single game, right? There's always something you can do. Let's see how we do here. Again, another bad lead, right? Toxicroak. How do we do this one? We go into our Gengar. They come up with a Bombasnow. Okay, so now we have some play, right? Now we have some very good play. We go for a bait here, thinking they want to maintain the switch advantage. They do take the bait. We get a shield. We actually should be able to tank this Weather Ball, but I do shield just in case. For whatever reason, they want CMP there, but that's fine. We should be able to tank 1 Weather Ball. and we throw the Sludge Bomb here. This should be able to KO the Obama Snow. Yep, so we won't switch advantage back. That showcases the power of Gengar. I know I've stressed this a lot of times, but it just really amazes me how strong Gengar can be sometimes. So now we have the matchup, right? We have SLOWBRO, super hard counter versus their Toxicroak, and Ampharos versus our Obstagoon. I'm actually not going to shield this. It turned out to be a Focus Blast, which is fine because I just put all my faith in the Bro, right? At this point. We have a shield for the Bro. They come out with Toxicroak, so I'm just going to farm all the way down. We could farm all the way down because they transfer the confusion damage on their Toxicroak. Otherwise, they're going to get to the Sludge Bomb. So luckily, we're able to take that game from a very bad lead. Here we have a good lead, but still, you still have to be careful in good leads. Okay, so this game we have a very good swapping answer for this Charizard. This is looking pretty good, right? This is looking extremely good for us. We don't have to shield anything. This is just a Blast Burn. We go for the Psychic. If they shield, I think we're actually fine giving up switch advantage. Okay, they do shield. So this is a little sketchy. I think I actually let this go. Oh, I do shield. Okay, because I'm betting on that I can farm all the way down. Okay, yep. So that is a very good situation. We're able to win the swapping matchup. We take switch advantage. We're at even shields, and we have energy to throw at this Lapras. Their Lapras does farm us all the way down, but still we have the matchup, and they end up having a Machamp in the back. So this is looking extremely good for us. We go for the Shadow Punches. We grab a shield. They go for... I know that we can tank a Rock Slide from the regular Machamp, so I actually don't shield. I don't want to have too much health to be farmed down by the Lapras, right? I actually want to preserve shields. We actually want to go down with like low health, right? Or we want to win the matchup with low health. So again, we don't shield. They actually just throw a cross chop and we simultaneous KO. That is the perfect situation for us. They get 0 farm on our Gengar, and we have 1 shield remaining. So this is pretty much game over. I believe my opponent is going to leave the match, or are we going to go for the beam? Can we get to the beam? Ooh, okay, get beamed, sir. Okay, so that was a very cultured opponent. He knew that we were running the beam, and they wanted the meme. So, well played. Okay, this is not a great lead, depending on what they have. We're fine with the Powder Snow, so we stay in here. I like to bait here in this matchup, but then again, baiting is very risky if it doesn't land. Let's see what we do. We should be able to tank 2 Weather Balls, no problem at all. Obstagoon is very tanky. Yep, so I build up to the Hyper Beam, and now we go for the bait. Nice slash bait. They don't take the bait. Feels awful. Try to catch a move. Opponent doesn't take it. And it's a Stunfisk. So I'm thinking, is this the same team as Jimmy Dong? We just played him the night before. So, he's also rolling with the Alolan Ninetales and Stunfisk. This is not looking great. Luckily, we had Water Pulse, which puts a lot of pressure on the Stunfisk. Now, they threw the Rock Slide, which is very interesting. I definitely think you should go for straight Earthquake. So here, do we beat it to the Water Pulse? Okay, we beat it to a move. So do we take switch advantage here? We don't. We grab a shield. That was a CMP tie. That is very good for us. So now they don't have any energy, right? We still have our Obstagoon. We come out with Mouse Obstagoon. They swap out into Machamp. Now I have to rely everything. I have to put my faith in our Gengar to finish off this game with 2 shields. We're gonna go for the Shadow Punch right away here. This puts a lot of pressure because they're at a Rock Slide, right? they actually get to the rock slide anyways. I overestimated how much damage the Shadow Punch does. This is fine. We get a little bit more farm. Let's see what they come back with. They come with Stunfisk. We get to the Shadow Punch we're going to throw right away. We don't want to risk tanking a rock slide, right? Now it's our Gengar versus a Alolan Ninetales. And we actually tank one Weather Ball, no problem on the Gengar. They go for another one. We also have a Night Slash stored on our Obstagoon, so we have to keep that in mind. We can get to the Shadow Punch, and we have to be fast on the swap, go for the Night Slash in order to KO this Alolan Ninetales, I believe. Okay, yep. That is the correct play. This is why you sometimes throwing a move is very useful in the end game to go for combo plays like these. So very good game. Very close one as well. Next up, Ampharos. Obviously we have to stay in because our Slowbro is very weak to Ampharos. We're gonna throw just one Volt Switch before they get to the Focus Blast. We go for a Night Slash right away. Now they have the Focus Blast. That was a CMP tie as well. I'm calling this to be a bait. They like to bait a lot of times because it's very risky if we end up shielding. So they don't shield that one. We know this is another Thunder Punch, and we are definitely fine tanking another one. And we farm it all the way down because they weren't able to get to another one. Do I make a swap here? I might make a misplay here. I'm thinking I have two good answers to a Venusaur. So I go into my Slowbro. They get to a Frenzy Plant. This is very dangerous. I have to shield. If they stay in, I might have to go for double shields. But they had a Gallade in the back, so this is very good, I think. We have the Gallade drawn out. We still have a little bit of energy on our Obstagoon. Here we're able to get to the Psychic, which was huge because that Leaf Blade didn't KO. They got one extra confusion, but this is fine. We still have the advantage. Here we're gonna farm all the way down. We're gonna get as much farm as possible here. We shield once, we farm it all the way down. And this is looking pretty great. They have a Venusaur. There are around 3 Vine Whips to get to a Frenzy Plant. I'm not sure about the exact count. So I believe we actually CMP to a move here. But the answer is if they're throwing. They're not throwing the energy, so I'm going to my Obstacle and trying to force them to throw a move. We end up just KOing with our Obstacle. Next up, we're against the Asian Milkman. Yet again, we played back-to-back, but this time he's running a different team. Not back-to-back, but like back. How do I say it? 2 days in a row. We played Asian Milkman 2 days in a row, but this time he's rolling Charizard in the lead. Last time he was running Heracross in the lead. Yep, so he went for the straight Blast Burn, which is not great for us. We get off 2 Night Slashes. They don't shield, so now I'm going to go into my Slowbro to tank a move from the Charizard. But we should be able to Confusion all the way down. That was just a Dragon Claw. It doesn't do that much damage. Milkman swaps out, goes into the Snorlax. We get a shield here. That is great. That is absolutely great. So now we have 1 shield advantage. The problem is they still have a Snorlax, which is pretty much a wall against my Gengar. So I have to bring out my Obstagoon. Our Obstagoon triple resists all of these licks. So we have to rely on this Obstagoon in order to take out this Snorlax. And we're able to do it. So that was very, very huge for us that we took out the biggest counter to our Gengar. And now we're against Heracross with Gengar, which is very good. We should be able to tank anything that this Heracross throws. And now we go for the Shadow Punch. If they shield, I'm going to go Sludge Bomb. If they don't shield, I'm just going to keep going for Shadow Punches. At this point, I'm not throwing right away because I expected a Sack Swap. And they did try to go for a Sack Swap. And we land the Sludge Bomb here to finish off the Heracross. So very good game to Milkman. Very close. Their Snorlax was very dangerous for our team, our backline. Yet again, Charizard lead. We're seeing a lot of Charizard leads, which makes sense. Charizard has a lot of play against the XL Pokemon, right? Galvantula and Skarmory and the grasses. Okay, so we get off one nice slash. They go for a bait, Dragon Claw bait, and then go into Machamp. So now I go into my Slowbro. I basically nose tap it down. Learn from CCO. Whenever I'm against a Machamp or a Toxicroak, you could just nose tap it down with the bro. So that's looking very great for us. They go back into the Charizard. We go for the Psychic, where they get a shield where we KO the Charizard. Charizard cannot farm us all the way down. Charizard cannot farm us. Bro is absolutely busted. So they throw energy where we still have switch advantage and we're up a shield. That is just how incredible that was. So now I was actually contemplating on shielding. Luckily we do shield the Blast Burn. And now we're against a Venusaur, and this is pretty much game over because Gengar is a very good counter to Venusaur. They don't shield. They probably think the only win condition is for us to bait. That's why we didn't go for the bait. We shield up the Frenzy Plant. We farm it down. My opponent leaves the match. But yep, that was a good game. Next up, we're against Vinny88. Obstacle against Obama Snow. Very great lead. Very great lead. They're going to Swampert. I've seen a lot of Swampert save swaps. What I like to do is chip it down a little bit. We go for a nice slash. And then I try to catch a Hydro Cannon, but I think I swapped in a little too early there. But this is still fine. I should be able to farm this Swampert all the way down because one Earthquake and one Hydro Cannon does not KO. I actually didn't want to tank another Hydro Cannon. Also, he was getting close to an Earthquake, so I throw the Psychic there. They come out with the Dribblum. This is very dangerous. If he farms us all the way down, it would be really bad. Luckily, we got to the Psychic. This was absolutely huge. If they were able to farm us all the way down, I think we would be in a very bad situation. But he got around 8 hexes, so he basically has double Icy Wind. Very dangerous, right? We have to bring in our Obstagoon to soak up all these damage because our Gengar cannot tank those Icy Winds or those Shadow Balls. I actually do shield here because I know that my Obstagoon has a lot of play versus their Obama Snow, right? So I do shield once. Now I go into my Gengar, trying to farm all the way down. They come out with the Obama Snow. I go for the Sludge Bomb. This is very important. It puts a lot of pressure on my opponent to shield. If they shield, I can finish off the game with our Obstagoon, but because they let it go, now we're just gonna finish off the game with our Gengar. So a lot of times you don't want to bait in that situation because it's very risky if your opponent knows shields, right? And it could end up being a lose condition for you. So, alright, next game we have Obstagoon versus Magnezone. Very great lead. Our Slowbro does not want to see this. Again, Swampert save swaps. I find this very interesting with the meta of Venusaurs, but this is fine. Like our team, we don't have a hard punish to a Swampert save swap, right? We tank one Hydro Cannon. I believe I tried a swap on the next Hydro Cannon, but my opponent actually got back to back. We're gonna shield one. We throw one more nice slash here. Yep. So I'm thinking my opponent will shield this, right? But check this out. Okay, they do shield. They do shield. Now I'm gonna catch the Hydro Cannon. Yep. So now we're in a pretty good situation, right? We're one shield to one shield. We preserved our Obstacle, but it's their switch clock actually came back up, so very unlucky for us. Now we're stuck in this matchup. We're able to get to the water pulse, which does a lot of damage. Yep, this is why I like running water pulse, so that we don't get walled against these steel type Pokemon. They go for the wild charge right away, which is the right play, I believe. We go into our obstacle. They're very close to a second wild charge, so we throw the Night Slash here in order to finish off the Magnezone. We actually get a boost here, which is great. They come out with Swampert. I believe I shield here because we got that boost. I'm hoping that my obstacle has a lot of play against whatever's in the back. Turned out they had a Gallade, so we should be able to outpace to another Night Slash here. We actually get another boost. That is incredible. So we save a Night Slash there. We save a Night Slash. So we're not even using that boost, right? We're going to farm all the way down with our Gengar. We have a Shadow Punch here. We don't even need to throw it. We're just going to farm the Swampert down. Very good game. Very close, actually. They lost the game with the shield up. Very great lead here against the Empoleon. They go into Gallade. We don't have a hard punish to Gallade. If we were running Executor, then Executor, we have a perfect answer to this. But because it's Slowbro, it's weak to Leaf Blades. We kind of have to chip it down a little bit. Maybe force a shield with our obstacle. What I like to do is try to catch a close combat. I think they actually get double close combat here. Okay, they go bait us first. I think I only counted 6 confusions. That's why I didn't shield this. I knew that it was just another Leaf Blade, right? Now we have a boost on our obstacle. It depends on what they come out with. They come out with Toxicroak, so I go into my Gengar right away. We have a perfect answer for the Toxicroak in the back, and my opponent has no idea. My opponent has no idea what's waiting in the back. Okay. I think I just let my Gengar go down here. There's nothing my opponent can do with the Toxicroak, right? Confusion just destroys. We have a Night Slash here, actually. We're just gonna go for the Night Slash. I actually want to go down simultaneously here, but it gave us a boost, and we're able to take that, take down that Empoleon, because I didn't want to give Toxicroak any farm, but really it's pretty much over. Yep, my opponent leaves the match with 2 shields flex. Yep, that's just the power of Slowbro versus the fighters in this meta. This is a very bad lead. It beats pretty much, kind of beats my whole team. Maybe Gengar has more play. What I like to do is just sacrifice our obstacle here. We can't really swap out. Go for the Night Slash. Before 1 volt switch away, he gets to the lunge. And now we're going to throw the Night Slash. I was worried that they're going to CMP tie on us, but luckily they didn't. We go for Night Slash. We get a shield. That is great. They're going to try to farm us all the way down, but we're able to get to another Night Slash, and they end up having to give up another shield here. Or no, okay, no. Oh, okay, that is a great play by we did there. We snipe it with our Gengar because we knew they were 1 volt switch away from farming us down, and they probably wanted to commit to it. That's why we go into the Gengar to prevent the farm down from happening. Yep, that is a great play. Yeah, I'm surprised that I was able to make that play. Now we're in a pretty good situation. Still, they have a Snorlax, which is a little bit scary. They make a very good play here as well. They know my switch clock isn't back, so they come out with the Lapras and farm the obstacle down. So they have a energy lead on the Lapras. We have to shield the Skull Bash. It ends up being a Skull Bash, so it was a good call that we shielded. Now we go for a Psychic. Either force a shield or we basically take out the Lapras, right? We do. This was too fast to be a Skull Bash, so I know that it's just a serve. We're able to tank it, no problem at all. We go for the Psychic here before they get to another serve. They basically have 2 body slams on the Snorlax, right? That's why we wanted to preserve as many shields as possible. They go for the first body slam and they go for the second one. And now it's just a battle of the fast moves. Because we sneaked in a confusion, we're actually able to take that game. Very close game. My opponent played extremely well, but still very close. So now we're against Crusto with our Obstagoon. This is a very neutral matchup. I think Crusto actually beats Obstagoon. Let's see how we play here. If they just go for straight X Scissors, it does a lot of damage. It's very super effective to our dark typing. It did a good amount of damage. Luckily, Obstagoon is very tanky, and we're able to tank that no problem. We get a shield with our Night Slash. That is very great. And now I go for a sack swap here. We tank the X Scissor on the Gengar. It pretty much does no damage. They come out with their own Gengar. Okay. This is not bad, right? It all depends on if we get to another one. We should be able to force them to throw energy. But they don't throw energy. A huge mistake by my opponent. Now they go down 2 shields and they lost their Gengar. So this is looking absolutely amazing for me. SLOWBRO with 2 shields. I honestly cannot think of anything that beats my SLOWBRO in a 0-2 shield advantage. And they had a Venusaur. So we just have to double shield and we should be able to take this matchup. I think we beat the Venusaur in the 2 shield anyways, just confusion down. So very good game. Again, bad lead, which is fine. We go into our Gengar right away. This is so fine. They have a Lapras. We'll go for the Sludge Bomb. If we're able to get to another Sludge Bomb, we force a shield from the Lapras, which would be very good for us. I actually go for the Shadow Punch because I want to dictate switch advantage. If they don't shield, I'm going to take switch advantage. But if they shield, I'm going to let it go down. Okay, that is a good play, I think. That is a correct play. You want to dictate switch advantage or shield advantage, right? Because they shield, they maintain the switch advantage, but we can farm it all the way down, also having shield advantage. We do have play versus the Toxicroak with our Obstagoon if we're able to get a lot of energy, right? Here, I think I make a misplay. I'm hoping to fake a Hyper Beam, but my opponent kept counting. He knows we're 1 counter away from an Hyper Beam. Luckily, they had an Empoleon in the back, which our SLOWBRO should be able to handle. We still have 1 Night Slash stored on the Obstagoon. They also swapped out a little bit late, so our switch clock should come back a little earlier against the Empoleon. We got a defense fail as well, so our confusions are just chunking away at this Empoleon, even though it's resisted. They go for the Drill Pack, does not do a lot of damage. We preserve 1 shield for the end game, right? So now I go into the combo play. We had a Night Slash stored. We're able to take out this Empoleon, and that's pretty much our biggest threat here. We also have very minimal health to be farmed, and at this point, 2 confusion takes down the Toxicroak. Even though if we didn't get the extra confusion through, they are not going to get to another move. So preserving that shield for SLOWBRO ended up winning that game. Next up, Obstagoon versus Gallade. This is again a mind game. We do outpace to the close combat by a lot, but 1 close combat does KO, so it's still very risky, right? They go for a Leaf Blade bait, and now I have to keep counting. There are 2 confusions. I have to be very careful of what they're throwing here. So now I know that's 3 confusions, right? That's 3 confusions. You have to keep counting whenever you're playing as Gallade. 4 confusion. And I tried to go for a sack swap. My opponent does not take it. He's way too smart. This is not looking good, guys. This is not looking good. Do I end up winning this one? I'm not too sure, but that was not good. They have energy on the Gallade. The Venusaur took out our SLOWBRO. I did not want to shield because I know we're going to lose in the 1 shield. Here we tank the Frenzy Plant, no problem. Gengar is very, has a little bit of bulk to it in Ultra League. So we were able to tank the Frenzy Plant and get to the Shadow Punch. Yep. Let's see what they come back with here. If they come out with Gallade, I'm gonna throw the Shadow Punch, but I threw it a little too quickly. Just Typhlosion. We have to transfer that damage to our Obstagoon there, otherwise our Gengar are gonna get taken out. They're at a Blast Spring here. We're just gonna spam out those nice slashes. We actually get a boost here, which is amazing. And we do outpace to a move here. They actually got to, they actually swapped out, which is fine because they actually had energy there, right? They had energy on their, excuse me, on their Gallade, but I think they miscounted, and we're able to get the final nice slash to KO the Gallade and then take out the Typhlosion as well. Okay, this is a bad lead. We have to swap out right away into our Gengar. How do we play this against a Bronzong? Okay. Again, I'm gonna see how my opponent plays this. I'm gonna go for the Shadow Punch here. So I'm looking at their health, and I'm one Shadow Claw away from getting my punch. I'm thinking I shield, and I should be able to force a shield. But then, when I was doing the Shadow Claws, I realized that I could just farm it down and take switch advantage, and avoid a Machamp matchup, which is very great. And we throw a Sludge Bomb versus their Empoleon. Very super effective damage. A lot of damage at that. We go into our Obstagoon. Now we have perfect alignment. And this should pretty much be game over at this point. We're going to farm this Shadow Machamp all the way down with our SLOWBRO. All the way down. Yep. And they have Empoleon versus my Obstagoon in the back. There's not much my opponent can do here. They cannot farm us all the way down also because we resist the waterfalls. We force them to throw energy here. Does this end up being a close game? Okay, we have Nice Slash as well with Obstagoon, and we are able to tank one Hydro Cannon at this range anyways. So this should be a GG. I go for a Nice Slash here. Do I get a boost? My opponent does not shield because he knew the game was over anyways. Let's see this one. We have Obstagoon versus Ask Cavalier. Very bad for my team. It has played against my Obstagoon and beats my SLOWBRO. We go into the Gengar safe swap. We go for one Sludge Bomb. Now if we get to the Shadow Punch, this will be very good. But my opponent throws the energy right before I get to the Shadow Punch. Very good counting. Now I have to farm this Kingdra all the way down with our Obstacle, right? Still, Escavalier is very hard for us to deal with. Very hard for us to deal with. I'm throwing Nice Slash just to stall the clock, clock time, switch clock, and we're able to switch out in time into our SLOWBRO here. We do have to shield this Mega Horn. Turn out they have double water in the back, Kingdra and Empoleon, which makes sense. They have two covers for a Charizard lead, right? This is still okay. It's not a great situation, but we do have some plays. We're able to tank everything thrown from the Empoleon. Look at those glasses, 2021, absolutely amazing. I tried to go for a sack swap there. Unfortunately, we couldn't get to it. It was just about to be up, but their switch clock didn't come back, so we farm all the way down, and this is our win condition. We have two Nice Slashes. They only have one shield, and they have to, or lag. That was actually our, we could have won that game if we just threw the Nice Slash, but we took 3 counter damage while we were lagging, so they were able to farm us all the way down. We had a win condition, but then Niantic just said, nope, you're not winning this one. Which is fine, The these type of things are going to happen a lot, right? Don't let it get into your head, because I'm sure it will happen to your opponent at some point as well. So let's see how we do here. We got a bad lead again. We're going into our SLOWBRO soft counter to their Charmer. They go into a Snorlax. Now I'm thinking they could have a double normal team with Obstagoon in the back. So I want to take switch advantage because my Gengar has no play against Obstagoon, right? Let's see what they have in the back. They have an Ascaf. And at that point I was like, there's nothing we can do, right? But let's see. We're going to bring our Obstagoon, because Obstagoon has no play versus their Charmer. But at least it does a little bit of something versus Ascaf, right? Okay, we grabbed the first shield. That's looking good. Because we got the boost, we actually forced my opponent to throw energy here. Now we're going to put all the faith in our Gengar to finish off this game. Let's see if Gengar does it. We go for the Sludge Bomb right away. There's no reason to bait. There's such a good matchup anyways. And my opponent doesn't shield, so boom. We take out the Togekiss. And it only takes us 8 Shadow Claws to get to double Shadow Punch at this point. And we easily outpace my opponent to the last Shadow Punch in order to finish off their Cavalier. Very, very close game. I did not think we were going to come back from that. Fortunately, Gengar is very good against that team. So, oh yeah, this is a screenshot of where we ended up on the leaderboard. We ended up 43rd on the leaderboard with this team, just over the span of 4 days. I hope you guys enjoy this team, enjoy the battles. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more team compositions, more commentary in the future. I'm going to keep building these fun teams with sort of a spicy pick, I guess, if you could call SLOWBRO a spicy pick. Yeah, make sure comment in the video to tell me what you want to see in the future, and what you want to see me improve on in the future. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.